Hello and welcome to My Two Cents, the show where I give you my 2 cents on various issues. Today's topic, #PerformanceMatters. And I promise you this isn't a ploy to sell you Powerade or Viagra. The American Dream. It's something, despite us all pretty much knowing it's complete utter bullshit, something we all strive for. Because it's stable, it's reliable. A family, happiness, and a good, safe job we've always dreamed of, and we've worked hard for, and it pays the bills. However, a dream job you work hard for doesn't always pay the bills. So, what the hell are you meant to do from there? Well, try to fix it. And that's exactly what a large group of voice actors are doing. The Screen Actors Guild, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, or SAG-AFTRA, an organization with a very stupidly long acronym, represents a bunch of talented people, and one of those groups is voice actors. For the last 19 months or so, they have been in discussions with EA, Activision, Insomniac, Disney, Warner Brothers Games, and a bunch of other companies that make video games about the treatment of voice actors. After 19 unsuccessful months of negotiation, they've decided they're done being civil and are gonna go for a more direct approach. A strike. This strike is gonna affect a lot of games. However, gamers like myself might not actually see the effects, as game delays are something that companies try really hard to avoid. So it is most likely they're gonna fold before the strike actually means anything. So, why exactly am I making a video about this if the problem isn't exactly gonna affect me? 'Cause it fucking matters. Let's break down the problems that voice actors face. As I said, the dream is to have a steady, reliable, safe job. Let's kill a couple birds with one stone. This does apply for regular actors too. They do not have a steady, reliable job. Auditions and marketing themselves is part of their 9 to 5, and it is not an easy thing to do. And any actor or voice actor will tell you this. However, voice actors do have it a bit worse in this category. Something a regular actor would never have to deal with is walking onto a set and being told what character they're being played that day. Apparently, though, this is common for voice actors. This is a problem for a couple of reasons. The first is the lack of respect. I won't delve too deep into this because I've got a fair bit of crap to cover, and come on, you can see plainly that this is just awful. It just shows how little respect the voice directors or whoever's in charge at these companies has for the actors, that they can't even communicate with them. This is just plain disrespectful. But moving on to the bigger point. The main problem with this practice is what it can mean for the voice actor. In the SAG-AFTRA article I throw in the description, it mentions vocal safety, which sounds melodramatic as shit, but try to follow me for a second. Try yelling for a second. Now try doing like a deep, gravelly voice, or attempt to scream, or make the sound that you'd hear if you got stabbed. Now do that for a good 4 hours. Congrats, now your throat's fucked for a week. This is a problem for voice actors. Besides the health issues that could develop from doing this non-stop for all their lives.
I probably scream as much or more than any of you guys here. I have bled from the throat, I've thrown up in the booth, I've passed out in the booth.
It is the fact that they might just lose their moneymaker for a week. If a voice actor was, theoretically, offered 2 jobs in a couple of day period, they're basically fucked. If they show up to one job and are told to do their deepest, most gravelly voice for a good 4 hours, the actor is faced with the possibility of losing their second audition and having to turn down potential work. And it just so happens that the SAG-AFTRA are representing individuals that rely on picking up every job that they're offered just to pay the bills. Another thing that they're protesting is the pay that actors receive, stating how they should receive additional compensation for games that had 2 million copies sold. Which, honestly, sounds fair enough. This is a common practice in multi-million-dollar industries, which video games are. It's fair, and I support the practice. If a bunch of money is coming in, it should trickle down to everyone. They're also wanting to limit booth time, so voice actors don't have to deal with losing their voice so often. As I said earlier, this is fair, as if voice actors lose their voice, they're effectively losing their income for any big auditions that they have planned in the future, or they get offered after the fact. So this is what the SAG-AFTRA have been fighting for the last 19 months, and now they're protesting, and they have my full support. But despite having my full support, they don't seem to be getting a lot of support from everybody else. Case in point, Dennis Romero, a reporter for the LA Weekly News, who wrote a shoddy article about the strike. The reason I call it shoddy? He stated that voice actors receive $800 a day. Like a clickbait internet article promising you riches, he threw out the biggest fucking dollar sign he could without putting any thought into it. Yes, a voice actor could theoretically receive this amount in one 4 to 6 hour session of recording. However, this is a job where you could only work 4 to 6 hours a month. And the rest of their 9 to 5, as I said, is a constant grind trying to find work. We are not talking about the Nolan Norths of the video game world, who work in almost every major game series. We're talking about actors who play only 1 or 2 known characters, and whose main income is throwaway lines or voicing one boss or some shit like that. But instead of realizing these facts, Dennis Romero just threw out a big-ass number with no context and based his article around this. And because of this, he got blasted by passionate voice actors on the internet. And so he fucking deserves for writing a shitty article about people trying to improve their work conditions. This led to him bitching and moaning, complaining about trolls, while also calling most of the voice actors striking racist, and comparing them to the fat guy from The Simpsons. He bitched and moaned about trolls and was blocking people left and right, but he was also being a hypocritical dick by telling people to grow a thicker skin. And now we move on to what I see as his worst offense. Despite the article being a piece of crap and it being his literal job to report the news, he suggested that before he apologized for his mistakes, the SAG-AFTRA force in Latino equality. What a prick. In any situation, forced equality is a dumb idea and will only lead to more prejudice in the long run. So, to summarize, to any voice actors who may be listening who were either taking part in the strike or supporting it, good fucking on you. I 100% support you for taking a risk and trying to improve the job that you love and work hard for. I encourage anyone who sees this to spread the word, as this is an important issue. Even if you just tweet or post with the hashtag, it'll get a bit more attention. And as for Dennis Romero, fuck him. All he's proved is he's bad at his job, cries like a little bitch when he's in a Twitter war, and acts like Trump does when someone calls him out on his bullshit. And yes, I compared him to Trump because he seems a wee bit sensitive about that subject, and I just kinda wanna fuck with him. But regardless of that, my name is Gliscor 101, and that is my 2 cents on #PerformanceMatters.